Tap those likes, boys. Here we go. Biddy's going for a run. I'm Blockchain Crusader, Crusader these blockchains every single day, guys, and we are back for another live stream today. What is happening to Bitcoin? Short, long, everybody wants to know, and I'm gonna give you all the information you're looking for, guys. I'm gonna give you all the information you're looking for, so make sure you guys are tuning in, you guys are tapping those likes, filling up those like meters, hitting that subscribe if you haven't already. Is XRP out of the Swift thing? XRP is hanging by a thin thread right now. It is skating on thin ice. Let me tell you guys, XRP is getting exposed, and most people still don't want to believe it. But we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about a lot of critical levels for October. Today is officially the last day of September. We have survived September, guys. We have been surviving September so far, and so far so good, right? We are going to be closing out September here unless we have another major pullback in the next couple of hours. You know, about next 6 hours or so. We are closing September up about roughly 4% tonight at 8. Going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you guys tapping those likes. Make sure you guys are tapping those likes and filling up those like meters, my friends. Pin link. Oh, we'll cover a pin link in a second here. That's definitely a small cap overall. So let's start jumping in here. And let's start going to take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now, right, last night we came all the way up. We hit this 0.5 fib of 114,800. Got rejected, lost the previous day high, and then fell into a downtrend throughout the Asia and London trading sessions. But the grand majority of the New York session, we have just been, excuse me, guys, chopping it up sideways here above the monthly VWAP, just hanging around the 113, being rejected off this daily VWAP here of 113.5, where it's currently at. If we can jump above that, that would be great. It would be fantastic, but so far we've just been chopping it up here, creating a little bit of what you can call a double bottom. If we do continue to the upside here, we got the first bottom, second bottom here. Maybe we get another nice little push into the end of the day, the end of the month, the end of the quarter. We shall see. But October is coming here fast, and with the month of October approaching, we do have some bigger theories on where the market could be headed. Now, let's go take a look at Ethereum real quick. Ethereum has had a very nice bounce overall from the gold pocket down here with the quarterly average, with the quarterly VWAP around 3,900. We came as low as 38, but this was the area we were looking for, 39 to bounce off of. We have bounced off nicely. Unfortunately, last night during the Asia trading session, we did sweep the previous day high, which, you know, indication of a reversal, and since then has been doing nothing but coming to the downside. I am looking for Ethereum to sweep this previous day low here around 40.79. Maybe we even come and tap down this daily MPOC of 40.20 before pushing up higher here with Bitcoin, but it's all going to be dependent on Bitcoin overall. Now, crypto, assets, all this stuff getting very bullish. A lot of people calling for Uptober. And yes, I do believe we're going to see a green October, but I do believe we're gonna have a short-lived pump rally in the fourth quarter here. I don't think the fourth quarter is going to be as bullish as most people expect. I think we're going to see a nice new all-time high for Bitcoin, a new all-time high for Ethereum. Some altcoins are going to rally for sure. We're going to see some big rallies, but just when people start to get excited, right? Because nobody gets excited now on October 1st, right? Nobody's going to be excited October 1st, right? Right now, everybody is in scare mode over the looming government shutdown. The government shutdown, right? And Bitcoin's kind of just chopping sideways. By tomorrow, in the next 48 hours, it's going to get resolved, and then Bitcoin's going to start moving, but it's going to start moving slowly. And as we approach all-time highs, right, and Bitcoin makes a new all-time high into in October, you know, reaching 125 to 130, that's when most people are going to be extremely bullish and saying, Uptober just getting started. Altcoin season is coming. We're about to go to 200K, baby. We're going to 200K. And I definitely lean on the more conservative side, where I think Bitcoin is going to be topping out a lot sooner than people expect. Yes, altcoins can rally further into late October, right? Maybe early November, but then it's potentially going to be a wrap. And here's why I think that, guys. But in the meantime, I'm not seeing a lot of likes, my friends. I'm not seeing a lot of likes right now. It's not making me feel too good. So I hope you guys can smash those likes and continue pushing the like button higher and higher. So start filling up these like meters over here on TikTok. Start smashing those likes. I want to see 1,000 likes, guys. I want to see 1,000 likes minimum here, and then we'll start covering some bigger Bitcoin thesis here. So we have some big targets here for what could potentially be coming for the end of the month. But in the meantime, guys, let's talk about some altcoins. Right, let's talk about some altcoins. Aster over here up 5.6% today. I'm putting a video out, not on Aster, but on Advantis today on why it's probably going to a little bit more. But there's also some potential targets to the upside if you're trying to get out and you're trying to, you know, jump out of that position. There's definitely some targets to the upside for Aster. Let's go take a look at let's go take a look here at AVAX. Let's go take a look at AVAX, because AVAX is definitely how well. We're going to cover Bitcoin in just a bit. If we know where Bitcoin's going, we know where all the altcoins are going, guys. So make sure you guys are smashing those likes. Once we get to 1,000 likes here, we'll start covering some large time frame Bitcoin targets here for the end game, because that's where we're at, guys. We are at the end game right now for this cycle, and I am planning on unloading a lot of all my altcoins are going. I'm selling all my altcoins between October, November time. They're all gone, right? And then it's all about allocating how much of my Ethereum position do I want to exit and how much of my Bitcoin position do I want to exit, right? But I am getting out before the end of this year, guys, and the game strategy has been playing out in the Crypto Citadel. We have been preparing for this moment. All of September, we have been game planning for what is coming in this month and a half to, you know, next 60 days. Let's say round up to next 60 days. So make sure you guys are paying attention here. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. And yeah, let's go take a look at AVAX. Then we're going to take a look at XRP and cover the whole XRP scenario on, like, is it out of the SWIFT system? We'll cover that in a bit as well. So AVAX here, right? Nice little AVAX, had a very strong breakout above $26. Meanwhile, AVAX stays above 26. We are bullish. We lose 26, we are cooked on AVAX. So targets to the upside for AVAX are between 36 to 41 here in the short term. I definitely think we're going to hit that very soon on the next mini altcoin rally that we have. Right now, Bitcoin dominance has been pushing back up to over 59%, which is holding the altcoins down. But the minute we start seeing Bitcoin dominance slipping back below 58% into the 57 and lower, we're definitely going to see AVAX hitting $41 easy. Next target above that is 51 to 54. Above that, we start entering the long game for AVAX here, right, which is the 2024 all-time high of $65. If we get above that, there are legacy targets between 71 to 147. There is a lot of rumors of AVAX being included in some of these altcoin ETFs. There's a company out there that is accumulating AVAX into their treasury, so that's helped AVAX as well. And I'm sure more rumors about that are going to happen. But if they don't actually happen fast enough, AVAX isn't going to reach 147. I think 147 to 200 is a long shot at this point in time in the market, especially if Bitcoin is going to be topping out in October, late October, early November. We're definitely not not gonna have enough time for AVAX to run all the way to 200 or 147. So 41 to 54 is what I'm looking at for AVAX. Now, let's circle back to XRP, and then we're gonna circle back to Bitcoin. All right, XRP, as we live and breathe. Good old XRP. Let me turn off my indicator here. Very simple chart here, guys. Very easily tradable. One of the actually, XRP is one of the more easier assets to trade besides Bitcoin and Ethereum because it respects levels very, very easily, especially when we're in sideways price action. Obviously, now if we enter altcoin seasons, XRP acts very irrational. But when we're not in an altcoin season, XRP follows the rules very, very nicely here. So overall, this is the downtrend for the month of October. For the month of August, for the month of August, heading down from over $3.34 all the way down. We bottomed in September 1st around $2.69. Once we bottomed out on September 1st, we rallied, look at this, perfectly to the upper band of this downtrend, hitting $3.18, getting rejected from the value area high of the previous month range, and boom, we came down. We tried to retest here, so find some support around the $3 to $2.99 area. Came back up to the upper band, got rejected again, made another lower high, and boom, we came down to $2.68 again. Tried to reclaim here the $3 area, got rejected off $3, came back down to $2.70. Now we're getting rejected off the monthly VWAP as of yesterday at $2.92, and we're coming back down again. Caveat here: the monthly and the quarterly are going to be resetting at the end of today, right? They will be resetting, so new resistance, new support levels when it comes to the VWAP will be set in motion after tonight. That being said, this downtrend continues until we can break above $3, right? That's the next area that we need to break above. If we can break above $3 and break above this downtrend, then we can start moving up. Our next big target once we break above 3 is this 335. We break 335, we're going for 366. Above 366, we're going for 416 for XRP. It's in the game. That joke there. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody being so patient and hanging out. We're going to be covering, we're also talking about the XRP price. So let's just talk about the XRP scenario, right? The XRP scenario is that the SWIFT system is showing and piloting more stable coins, or what you call it, or more blockchains on Ethereum layer 2 Linea, right? They are putting a lot of effort into layer 2s on Ethereum. Also, Chainlink is all over the SWIFT system, right? Chainlink and SWIFT system are working together closer than, actually, I can't say that joke. So working very, very close, a lot closer than you would expect XRP to be, right? You would expect XRP to be the central pivotal point of what the SWIFT system is doing. And it's not. They've been releasing their plans, and XRP is not where you think it should be, right? Or where you think it would have been by now with the SWIFT system. It's Chainlink that's doing that. And the fact that SWIFT system is going to be working with many different blockchains, I truly do believe that XRP is just going to be one of the many blockchains that they bridge with, but it doesn't make XRP in any kind of way unique. It doesn't make XRP in any kind of way more valuable than Ethereum or any other altcoin that the SWIFT system decides to bridge onto and can do some, some transaction settlement on, right? So if XRP and Ethereum are both being used, does that mean XRP is more valuable than Ethereum? Does that mean XRP's price is going to be blasting off to a quadrillion, right? To $1,000, $100? No, it's not, right? So when they do all this SWIFT system math with the trillions of dollars and this and that, and it's all going to be on XRP, it's all fugazi. It's all fugazi. It's coming out more and more every single day that they're going to be working with many different blockchains. XRP might be just one of many, and it doesn't really add any value to XRP compared to all the other ones that it does, right? The whole thing was that XRP would be the one that would take over the Swift system and that everything would run through and that it would be so much better than any other blockchain out there that there wouldn't be any other necessity to be using any other blockchain except XRP. But if XRP is not going to be out competing and outbeating any of the other blockchains and they're just going to be one of many, therefore, that whole monopoly story of XRP taking over the financial system is fugazi. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys smash those likes. XRP isn't hitting $3.10 anytime soon. XRP could hit $3.10 again, right? We hit it recently here in September 18th. We can definitely hit $3.10 again. We definitely can go to $3.36, right, in the next big season, the next big rally, as Bitcoin does top out somewhere in October, potentially early November. So yes, that is definitely possible. Now, is XRP going to go to $10? No. I'm being generous with, the $5. 416 is at best, I think, is what's going to happen here. But we shall see. We shall see in the next 60 days what XRP does. Guys, now that you guys have smashed those likes, everybody's gotten rocked and ready, right, for the Bitcoin charts, I want to make one big announcement. I appreciate every single one of you guys supporting me here, smashing those likes, and for the simple fact that we're going into Uptober and everybody's very excited, I want to give back to the community a little bit here, and I want to announce here that I'm going to be giving away 25% off the first month of the Crypto Citadel with the code Uptober, right? If you come on over here and you come and click into the sign up, right, with the code Uptober, you're going to get 25% off your first month to try out the Citadel. This is only going to be offered for the first 48 hours of October. I'm giving you a little bit of a headway right now. It's still September 30th. At October 2nd, midnight, right? Once we hit October 3rd in a minute, it's gone. It's a 48-hour. I'm giving you a little bit more than 48 hours here by announcing it early, giving you a 48-hour announcement of a 25% off the Citadel. It used to be 50% back in August and before. I've been off the 50% off discount, and I've seen a lot of people asking about it. So I'm giving you guys a chance to get 25% off in the next 48 hours. If you've been one of those people that have been following my shows, my live streams, been looking at my charts, my videos, and you want to catch this final game plan for this final leg of the bull market for one last big exit, and if you don't know where this top is going to be and you're kind of freaking out and you don't have a game plan and you want to sell the top but you're too afraid of knowing when the top is and you don't want to get left holding the bag, join the Crypto Citadel. You can get 25% off your first month to try it out right now in the next 48 hours. After that, I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to get any more DMs of people asking for discounts. You guys are getting the final discount here right now. 48 hours, jump in, take advantage of it, and then it's over, guys. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you have any issues on how to sign up, you can send me a DM. I will help you and walk you through it. Now let's jump on over to Bitcoin. All right. Is the Bitcoin going to pull back some more? Possible. There's a possibility that we can pull back a little bit here. The big government shutdown is where everyone is freaking out about. I do believe in the next 48 hours, there's going to be a resolution to the government shutdown, whether it actually shuts down in the next 6 hours or so, or it actually has a resolution within 48 hours. I think that's more than enough. And then the market, they're going to pump right back up along with Bitcoin. So if you're asking where do you want to sign, how to sign up, go to the link in my profile, go to the link in the description of the videos, wherever you're watching on any platform, go to the description, or if you're on TikTok, go to the profile and you'll see my website link there and you guys can go sign up. If you still have any questions, make sure you DM me after the live stream and I'll help you through it. Now, we're going to go through a few different Bitcoin charts here that you guys need to be aware of that we've been talking about in the Crypto Citadel for many weeks now, for the whole entire month of September. So besides this short-term Bitcoin price action here, we need to get above 115, right? Previous week high. We got some big targets here. We have the developing naked point of control at 117, and then between 117 and 120 critical levels, so we can blast off to all-time highs. Now, where do I think we're going to be topping out? I'm going to give you a quick glimpse at this, guys, because this is exclusive Crypto Citadel information here. Give you a quick little rundown real quick. Really quick. So pay close attention here. Pay close attention here because it's going to be like magic. It's going to come and it's going to go. So right now, I believe we've bottomed out around that 109 to 108 area. We've bounced off that 0.5 fib. We have a window here between September and October where I think we're going to be somewhere. We're going to top out somewhere between 126 to about 139. We could extend above 139, maybe hit a few, hit a little bit over 140 for sure. That's a possibility. And we could definitely extend our window into late October, maybe early November at most. But I definitely think between now and then, that's where we're going to be topping out. So that is something to be very, very aware of, that is where we could be headed here. And that is why one of my reasons for the thesis for this bull market ending. Now, did I come up with this thesis all on my own? No, I do have another buddy, a great time mentor as well, called CVO, Paul Sampson. Great guy, put me on that thesis and showed me some of that stuff. So obviously not all credit goes to me. Let's go here. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Here we go. Bitcoin right now is trying to make a little bit of a move back to the upside. So overall, targets for the end of October are between 130 to about 140, give or take, by the end of October, early November, the latest. And I think that is going to be the top. A lot of people are going to see that and they're going to say, Uptober is here. Rocket November is coming next. We're going to skyrocket to 200K. Everybody buckle in. Everybody's going to hold on to their altcoins real tight. And we're going to be topping out. And then we're going to just dump it right back down. Will there be a major drop if government shuts down like 2 weeks? I don't foresee the government shutting down for 2 weeks. Can that go? A little sideways for maybe a week or so, which will allow altcoins to rally. That's why I say that if we top out late October, we might have some. Everything after that, nothing can happen. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you the day by day, hour by hour play. Things are very liquid. Things move around very differently, especially with how many altcoins we have now. All I can say is, after October, heading into November, if you're still in this market and you haven't been taking profits, you better plan on taking some profits, right? Not financial advice. You do whatever you want. But I will be de-risking all my positions because I believe holding on into late November is going to be extremely risky, and you're most likely going to be left holding the bag at that point in time if you're holding into late November. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe altcoin, we have the largest altcoin season we've ever seen into late November. And I hope that happens for all of you guys. I hope you guys make a lot of money, right? That's all I want for people, is to make lots of money. I love it when people make money. But I personally will be de-risking my positions. I will be taking profits, dollar cost averaging on the way up, dollar cost averaging out on the way up, and, leaving a moon bag here and there. But I will be taking 90% of all my profits between late October and early November, depending where price targets have been, right? It's all about when we meet these price targets, not exactly about the time frame. How come gold, silver, all-time highs, U.S. not a top signal for risk on? How come gold and silver at all-time highs, that's not a top signal for risk on? Yes, we could get some more interest rate cuts. Guys, we could definitely get some more interest rate cuts, but I'm telling you that the more people expect something to happen, the less likely it will. A lot of people are expecting a major rally in this Q4. And when I'm talking about major, I'm not talking about like what I'm targeting about 130 to 140. People are targeting like 200K Bitcoin, right? $8,000 Ethereum, right? $500 Solana, $1,000 Solana, $10 XRP. All of this is going to magically happen in the next 90 days, right? It hasn't happened in over a year, but in the next 90 days, we're going to get all this price action, all this liquidity. And yes, interest rate cuts are starting to come down, right? Interest rate cut point, there's going to be a pullback, just like it happened last year. What happened last year? New administration came in. Everybody was extremely bullish. Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin reserve. All this bullish, all this, and all of that was the top. As the more bullish the news was, the more bullish for risk on that it was. Quarter one tanked for 90 days. For 90 days, Bitcoin tanked and altcoins crashed, right? Bitcoin only pulled back 30-something%, and altcoins crashed 80 to 90%. So if we zoom out here for Bitcoin, all right, let's zoom out here for Bitcoin again. The Bitcoin. The next big target, right? Ignore this right here. The next big target after we hit this area of these upper bands, right, of these upper targets, right? We have some big targets down here at $90,000 to $89,000. We have lots of targets down here below $100,000. We will see below $100,000 Bitcoin again. Why do I say that? Let's just measure this out real quick. Where is my measuring tool? Right here. From this top, let's say 139 is the top, right? 139 some change, down to about 90,000, 35%, 3% drop in 2024. Another 31% drop from the 108 top down to 76,000, right? Now we've pumped from 76,000 all the way to 125. We're going to have a potential another big rally here up to 139, 140,000. When Bitcoin drops below 90,000, or below 100, I should say, when Bitcoin drops below 100, people are going to lose their minds because we have not been below 100,000 for many, many, many months. And that's when everybody's going to be calling bear market, bear market, bear market, bear market. Nobody's going to be calling bear market or, you know, take profits. The top is in at 140. Everybody's going to say higher, 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 higher at 140. When we drop below 100 and go into 90, 80, that's when everybody's going to be saying, oh, bear market, bear market, bear market. We're going lower, we're going lower, we're going lower. And realistically, we're probably going to be getting a big bounce from that $80,000 to $90,000 area. Now, is that going to happen in a couple of weeks? No, that's going to take a few months, right? That's going to take a few months to slowly drop us all the way back down from 140 down to 80,000, that 30% drop. It can happen within a quarter. Maybe it takes 2 quarters, right? Maybe it takes 6 months for us to drop down there, but it will happen. That's when people are going to be calling bear market, and most likely Bitcoin retracements aren't really going to exceed 40% moving forward. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I'm seeing, we're getting a lot of those 30% pullbacks, not a lot of those 50 to 60% pullbacks as before, right? And if we do a quick little fib pull here from this bottom to this imaginary top of 140,000, give or take, right? That's going to be right below the gold pocket. The gold pocket is going to be, right, that 99 to 97. When we lose that, people are going to be looking for this gold pocket. And when we lose that, people are going to be like, oh, that's it, bear market. And that's when we're probably going to be bottoming out. Realistically, it's just shortly after that, around that $90,000 price point. And then we could potentially start recovering from there in the next couple of months, slowly but surely, entering into late 2026, early 2027, right? This is going to take many months. So we're projecting out there pretty far out. But overall, that is what I'm expecting here for 2026. I'm not saying 2026 is going to be bear market all year long, but there will be a bearish trend, a bearish time like we had in quarter one of this year of 2025. And then we're going to get very, very bearish, and price action is actually going to start getting bullish here. and people lost their minds, and altcoins were down 90+%. So that's what I'm trying to get at. With just a 30% pullback in Bitcoin, altcoins were down 90+% in Q1. You really will not even be around in late 2026. They're not going to be relevant. Nobody's going to be talking about them. There's going to be a whole nother lot of batch of altcoins that people are going to be buying, and they're going to be the next biggest, greatest thing ever in 2026 going into 2027. So a lot of altcoins that are great in 2021, not around anymore. A lot of altcoins that were fantastic early 2024 are barely hanging on right now in 2025. So, Caspa was one of those. Caspa was this fantastic thing in 2023 going into 2024. Did great in 2024, went all the way up to 20 cents. Since then, can't even get back up to 15 cents. Can barely hold 10 cents, right? We're down 53.9% on the year, from 18 cents down to 5, basically 6 cents. And this was going to be the next greatest, biggest thing ever. Proof of work, better than Bitcoin, yada, 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 tomatoes, potatoes. And where is it now? Down 53% in a bull market, right? In a bull market. So whatever you think is the greatest thing now forever, that whatever you're buying and holding, you're like, man, I am going to be holding it forever for the next 5 to 10 years. This thing's going to make me a multi-millionaire. It most likely will not. In 5 to 10 years, that altcoin will most likely not even be relevant. Nobody's even going to remember its name. Unless your altcoin that you are putting in your portfolio is being wrapped up in some kind of ETF from one of these large institutions, like BlackRock, Bitwise, and so forth, it's not going to be a relevant altcoin at all in the next 5 years. And if you're planning on holding in 5 years, you're planning on throwing your money away. That's just the realistic truth here, guys. Sorry to break it to you. Sorry to break it to you. Let's go back into the chat here. Let's see. Ondo, let's go take a look at Ondo. Good old Ondo. All right, guys. Overall, Ondo has fallen out of its little uptrend that it tried to create here in Q2 into Q3. We've kind of been falling out of it now, kind of re-entering our downtrend from earlier in the year, which is not great. We're down at 87 cents. Ondo needs to pick it up real quick and start getting back above $1. If it cannot get back above $1, it could be in trouble. Now, obviously, I'm saying this, but I'm also expecting Bitcoin to make new all-time highs in the next 30 to 60 days. So, yes, I do expect Ondo to rally along with this, right? Now, if Bitcoin doesn't rally, altcoins aren't going to rally, and this could be the end, right? But that being said, assuming that Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, I do assume that Ondo will cross back over $1. We do have targets between $1.22 to $1.61. Those are going to be the areas for major profit taking for me personally, between $1.51 to $1.61 for Ondo. And then above that, we have a target at 171. And then above that, we have no real volume, and we just go towards price discovery. All-time highs around 215. But I will be taking the bulk of my profits between 130 to about 161, give or take. Dollar cost averaging on the way out from there. Schwartz wants to know about BitTensor Tau. BitTensor Tau. All right, so BitTensor Tau here has kind of started to fall through some support here around $300. We've been tapping this 294 area at this 382 retracement quite some bit, holding support here, which is good. Just waiting for the next big altcoin rally. Bitcoin dominance is still on the rise, up at 59%. If Bitcoin dominance can start slipping back down as Bitcoin starts pumping later into October, I do expect altcoins like BitTensor Tau to perform well. Now, big targets to the upside are between 480 to 545. Above that, we have 617. as the big target to the upside for BIT Tensor Tau, which from where we are right now, right, to this big target to the upside is only 100% pump. I say only like, oh my God, no big deal. But realistically, we've seen altcoins, especially in the AI narrative, pump over 100% very, very very sufficiently, very easily, no sweat broken off their back. So 585 to 617 are definitely big targets that I'm looking at for BIT Tensor Tau at the end of this rally here, which I do expect to see at least the $500 to 545 area being hit. Bitcoin here making a move. Let's go back over here to the 15-minute. Still fighting that daily VWAP, I see. Creating a nice little double bottom area. Hopefully we can break through this daily VWAP and start climbing up higher here as we go later into this day. Sir, is this going to be the biggest bull run ever starting with October, November? No, it's not going to be the biggest bull run ever, guys. We are getting diminishing returns, right? We are getting diminishing returns. Yes, some altcoins are going to have biggest rallies that we've seen so far, but not all altcoins, right? 2021 was probably the biggest bull run we've ever seen because of the simple fact that everything went parabolic. All, you know, what was the saying back then? Rising tides rise all boats or something like that. Like it pushes up everything, right? So we're not going to see that moving forward. We're going to see some altcoins have all-time highs. Some altcoins are not going to make all-time highs. Some altcoins are going to dump. We're going to see a lot of different areas, a lot of different altcoins pumping at different periods of time, topping out at different periods of time. So no, I don't believe we're going to have the biggest pump ever. We are going to see decent rallies off a lot of altcoins, but not all altcoins are going to make all-time highs. They're just not. And whoever's telling you that they will is lying to you. They're just telling you what you want to hear. So make sure you're joining the Crypto Citadel. Like I said, next 48 hours, you get a flash sale of 25% off your first month if you sign up within the next 48 hours between now and the ending of October 2nd. On October 3rd, the deal is gone. I don't want to be getting flooded with DMs again like I have been in the whole month of September, asking for discounts. Now is your time. Get 25% off your first month right now. And after this sale is over, prices will increase. Right now, it's $99 a month. After this sale is over, on October 3rd, price is going up to $149 a month. $149 a month. So not only are you getting your final chance to get a 25% off your first month and try it out, you are locking yourself in at the $99 price. You're grandfathered in at $99 for life, right? For every single month. If you wait till October 3rd, you're gonna have to be buying in at $149 a month, right? And that's gonna suck. So don't do that. What's your thoughts on I have no idea what that is on Solana. Compared to the last November, December, I don't think it's going to be as big as the last November, December. Last November we had the big race for the White House, and we had a very favorable outcome that the grand majority of the country wanted, and that allowed for a very, very large altcoin. Right, we saw Bitcoin running over $20,000 in less than 7 days, right? XLM went up over 700% in a matter of 30 days or so. I don't think we're gonna top that type of run. I don't think we're gonna have as explosive. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we get it, but I just don't see. That was all very based on the news of what happened from those results in November of last year. We don't really have anything in November that will give that type of parabolic rise. Between meme coins and altcoins, which one is to buy for this bull run? I don't touch meme coins. If I were to bet a small amount on a very low leverage altcoin, we'll say for meme coin, it would be Pengu, right? Pudgy Penguins would probably be where I put my money at, since Pudgy Penguins is probably like one of the most stable meme coins, actually building out stuff, and probably could do decently well. Outside of that, altcoin wise, like I said, I'm already in the end game. I am not buying. Excuse me, guys. I am not buying altcoins right now. I don't plan on buying any altcoins. I am working on dollar cost averaging my positions out on the way up, taking my profits and sitting on my profits and waiting for the 2026 dump to happen so I can buy more Bitcoin later into 2026. Guess we wait for an update next month. What do you mean? You can get an update every single day in the Crypto Citadel. In the Crypto Citadel, you get an update every single day, daily trade setups, daily live sessions, Monday through Thursday, 2 hours every Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to about 11 a.m. Eastern time. So we trade the New York session. We do live trading. We do live game planning. You get access to my trading indicator, to my trading course, my hour-long trading course. You get access to all my daily trade setups, my swing trades, trade signals. You get access to pretty much everything in the Crypto Citadel. So if you literally can't ask for more. The people that are not willing to invest into themselves, or people that are not willing to take investing seriously, and they just rather would gamble on creators telling them what they want to hear. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. What do you think about the rumors that XRP will not be integrated on Swift? I think they won't. I definitely think that XRP will not get integrated into Swift the way people think they will, right? Everybody used to always say that XRP was going to take over the Swift system, that the Swift system would be replaced with XRP's technology. And in reality, it's not going to do that. In reality, Swift is going to create its own blockchains, its own stablecoins, its own system, and then it's going to bridge that blockchain and those systems onto different layer ones, like XRP, using a lot of chain link technology, right, that we're currently seeing already coming out into Ethereum, into other blockchains. And that's what they're going to do. But they're going to control their own blockchain. They're going to control their own systems. XRP is not going to take over anything. Hey, just jumping in, could you tell us what ETH could be doing in a couple of days? Well, I've been talking about Ethereum here for a while. In the Crypto Citadel, I've been telling everybody the last time that I was really looking for a big push to the upside for a nice swing trade was down here, right at this gold pocket, at this quarterly VWAP around 3,900. We did dip a little bit lower, but no big deal, right? This was the area to be entering for a potential entry. I am looking to see if, with this government shutdown scenario, we pull back a little bit more closer to this $4,000 area. But I do expect if, obviously, all hyper dependent on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is going to be making new all-time highs in the month of October, I do expect Ethereum in the next couple of weeks to be between $4,500 to about $5,600. Right? I definitely think Ethereum is going to break through this area, go for a new all-time high in October, and go towards this $5,600 area. Those are my conservative targets here for Ethereum in the next, 4 to 6 weeks. Will there really be a bull run? Guys, we've been in a bull run this whole time. We've been in a bull run this entire time. People keep asking the wrong questions. And that's how I know you guys don't have a game plan. That's how I know you guys aren't ready to take profits at the end. That's how I know most of you guys are going to be getting left holding the bag, because you're asking the wrong questions. You're asking, is there going to be a bull run? You're asking, is there going to be an altcoin season? Altcoin seasons have been happening. Altcoins have been pumping. In the last month, a grand majority of altcoins are up hundreds of %, right? As in September, a little bit less, but in October, in November, and in August, we had a huge altcoin season, right? In the past year, look at the past year altcoins here. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of % all around. Yes, we do have a lot of altcoins in the red. And this is why I'm also telling you that this idea that everything is going to rally is over. That happened in 2021, but it's not going to be happening moving forward. Some altcoins are going to rally. Some altcoins are going to pump up and make all-time highs. Others will not. Right? So altcoins have been having seasons. They have been pumping. They have been making moves. You just might not be in the correct altcoins. Now, some of these altcoins in the red will jump into the green on the month, right? Give or take. They're going to have another little rally here as Bitcoin runs for all-time highs, hopefully in the next 30 days. And, you know, Bitcoin dominance drops below 57%. Yes, we will see altcoin seasons. But if you want to be asking the right questions, you need to be analyzing data. You need to be analyzing charts. And you're like saying, oh, Crusader, I don't know how to analyze data. I don't know how to analyze charts. That's where the Crypto Citadel comes in. You join the Crypto Citadel so that I can teach you and I can provide the data for you. Even if you're not willing to learn because you don't have the time, you don't have the bandwidth, whatever the excuse is, being in the Crypto Citadel provides easily digestible information as I do the analysis for you and I present it to you and I give it to you so that then you can digest that information and say, oh yeah, man, you know, I'm planning on taking profits at these targets. I'm planning on closing positions here. You know, I plan on taking a new position once this other thing happens and we enter this price range. And that's where it comes in handy. You don't need to come into the Crypto Citadel to become a trader, a day trader, none of that. Just have access to the data and the analysis that is being presented so that you can digest this information and be able to make decisions for yourself and not have to go based off these random creators online on their live streams. When is X altcoin going to hit new all-time high? Is the top in? Is the next altcoin season here? And you don't have to be dependent on that anymore, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, guys. Like I said, you got 48 hours to get 25% off the Crypto Citadel before prices increase to 149. You can lock in your rate at 99 right now with 25% off your first month to try it out in the next 48 hours before that discount goes away. And so does the 99 price point and you go up to 149. I'm Blockchain Crusader, Crusader these blockchains, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel, guys. See ya.